Welcome learner, my name is Shibaji Debnath. In this tutorial, I will be talk about Flutter app development. So this is a Flutter app UI interface, and this UI are basically responsive UI, and this is developed by Flutter, and it have also in the future we will be see how can create a proper full-fledged app. First I start actually making for this hobby purpose, and you want to create your applications for college project, whatever you want, so you can use this source code. I will be put this source code in my GitHub link, and that GitHub link put in my description box, so you can see the whole codes from that repository. Okay, here I am actually use clear architecture of building of this application. Okay, so how it work, I explain the thing. So this is the actually main large screen size, and here three part is there. So here is the left side panel, it is the middle side panel, and it is the right side panel. Okay, so now I just squeeze the size, and this time now left panel are gone and middle panel are right panel is here, and after that so much squeeze, and now it is for mobile app version. Okay, so this is mobile apps UI, and this UI have a proper theming functionalities, and when we are toggle the day and night mode option, and multiple color themes are already implemented here, so multiple color theme are available in this app. And also you can see the menu link like this. This is the another screens. This screen is not implemented, but I am developed this in later. And this is the mobile UI perfectly working here, and here also a slider. And if you are beginner, so you can be understand this how can we create this application. And I implementing theme options. So this theme implementation options I uses here Riverpod state management package. So sometimes you know about provider package, which package are can be uses for the Flutter app state management process, but in this tutorial I will be cover Riverpod state management package, how can we use here. I already implement music section, so you can already hear music is running, and here also can we change the music. So this is the first music, and okay, so here we can change the music, and this music or play option can be working fine. Here I have some issues currently, but I will fix the bug in the later. So this applications make as a series. So first thing, step by step I will be teach all the things how can create this kind of applications. You can understand all the things, so stay with me and see the whole tutorials and continue with me for Flutter app development. Okay, so let's start. Here I am explain how can create these applications, and how I create a clean architecture for this application. And when you work with this source code, so it will be very helpful for you how can create these applications, and how can we manage in these applications if you use this library for your applications development purpose. So you can easily create your any applications using this clean architecture framework. So let's start. This is the main page of my application. Okay, so basically it is our first basic simple code. Okay, so this is the simple my app class, and this my app class are actually created with the consumer widget, because here I am using Riverpod state management system. So when we are actually consuming the data through the Riverpod state management package, so that time we can use consumer widget. It is the actually superset of stateless widget. Okay, so this widget can be used for your applications for taking state data. And after that, this is the material app, and this material app is the basic UI architecture or basic platform to develop our mobile applications. But after that, here I some modified here. So initially when we are create any application, so that time we can see some banner options, so that banners are want to remove, so that time you can use this syntax as a false, because this debug mode is enabled if you are using a true, but if you are create is a false, so that time it will be gone. So after saving this, we did not see any this banner. And after that we can use the theme. So Flutter 3 have some introduced new parameters like theme data, and this theme data are introduced color schema, and here color schema has some functions which call from seed, and this is the seed color, and seed color is a primary color is a color which can be used, but primaries basically here have so many primary color is available. But this time when I changes the state day night mode and when I start our applications, so every time our colors are changes. So this is actually reason for here I am using random class, and after that we are taking the next int, and here I put the colors primaries length. So this is actually we can set up our random color options through this line. Okay, and of course I am using material 3, so this is the material version 3 as a true app. If you are using as a false, so there have no so much changes, sometimes it's not so good. So for that purpose we can use it true. We can see very much clear UI after using this true. Okay, and as well as I set here dark theme also, and when I create a dark theme, so here I have basic dark theme is different than this, but I just follow this dark schema for dark applications. I think it is quite good, and if you want to change, so you can also change it as per your requirement, and if you want to change with other some color, so you can also do that. So this is the actually night theme, and we can change it as per our requirement. So this time I just use it as a gray, and it is gray mode, and after that I just click here to change the theme, and here we can see the theme option. So this is the theme mode option, and here I am using rep.watch.theme provider and mode, and actually this theme provider and rep watch, this line actually comes from Riverpod provider package. So this is actually using to change the color mode. Okay, I connect with the basic home screen, so this home screen comes from a home screen class. Okay, this home screen class actually developed into the screen section, and this screen section have 4 screens, like 1 2 3 4 screens actually I am created here, but first screens is the home screens, and here have some home screen. And when we are actually create any kind of applications UI design, that time we are using start coding with the scaffold class, but this scaffold actually embed into this ScreenUI. This ScreenUI actually built by me for this class, because actually I want to try it for the responsiveness. So for this responsiveness I just build my own ScreenUI widget, and this ScreenUI widget are help me to create different kind of body sections for with this ScreenUI. And here we can also change the title. Here I can change the title through this section. If I write here home page, so after set up this we can see the and change the name here. And if we don't want to set as a center, so then we can use false, and after using this it will be left side of the screen. Okay, but if you want to set it in center, so that time you can use it as a center. Okay, so this is the main part, and after that we have 4 body type. Body is the general body type, and this body type can be used always every time without using these body types, because this body types is the based on screen size, which type of screens you are using, for medium size, for larger size, whatever you are create. If you are create for large screen size, so this is the large screen size, and large screen size UI here are medium size screen design, like this is the medium size screen design. So this time you can use your UI codes here, and small size width, like this is the small size, and this time you can use this here. So this is actually second part. Also here I am using the input param, which is called app footer. So actually this is the app header and this is the app footer, App header does not have so much customizable options because this is the app bar section, and this app bar section I think it's good because I am already put the proper app menu sections here. I think you don't need so many customizations for this section. If you want, so you can do that, but I think this time is not customization so much requirement. For that purpose, I am not given any widget parameter to input for app header section, but these body sections are important. So for that purpose, I just use 3 simple body sections for this section. Also, I put here a footer section. Footer sections basically this is the app footer information. So if I set up it, app footer options setup here, so after this you can see the this basic footer, basic app informations here, and these app informations are actually managed through the configuration file. So here is the configuration, setting configuration, and this setting configurations you can be manage the app name. So this app name is same because I'm just simply change the name here, and also you can see the change name options through this section, and version also managed by through this section. Also you can manage app application icon from this section, and light icon, dark mode icon, you can set up it in this section, and it will be automatically managed as per your theme options. And if you don't have different type of icons, so don't worry, you can use only simple app icon for your icon section. Okay, also here we are already seen 3 type of screen section. So here is the small, medium and large. So small is very basics because when we are actually developing any application, so mobile first design, so this is the mobile first design, so you can set up it here. So below 600 pixel will be mobile screen wide. Okay, and after that you will go for medium screen. But what is the maximum wide of medium screen if you are using tab UI? So that time that tab UI maximum wide maybe 1000 pixel. So this is the 1000 pixel, you can see like this, and after 1000 pixel you can see like this. So this is the actually breakpoint for 2 screen section, and this 2 screen break section can be useful for your UI design. Okay, and if you don't use any small body, medium body or large body, you can use just body section only here. Okay, so this is the basic settings for the application UI. Okay, and after that here have so many things already here. So like in the body section, I just simply use this 2 section. If we are created, actually got some error. So this is actually basic UI for the is large body is okay, but medium and small are comment out. So for that purpose only basic UI you can see here from this section. So this is the body section, and body section I am not implementing so much here, but here I have already body type section implemented before. So for that purpose we are seeing it for small device wide and small device UI part, and also here you can see medium device wide and also large screen wide. So this is the 3 UI where we can applying the parameter wise UI design. Okay, when I click here to go for next screen, so that time if we want to go for next screen, so here need so many syntax written for go to next screen, because I am not set up any routing sections in this section because my basic focus on app development. So I'm not set up any routing section for this section. If we are create any routing sections here, so that time we can manage that routing options into our application, but this time routing segment not be shown into the browser. If we are open it in browser, it is actually focused mainly for desktop application or mobile application. So for that purpose I am not creating any clean routing system process used for the web applications. So this time I am not creating that. I just simply using screen wise routing. So one screen to another screen we can be change our screen routing section, and for this purpose this screen routing sections comes from this section go to dart, and this go to dart have two method actually I am implemented. One is the navigator dot push, and this navigator dot push have material page route. So here I am using a material page route, and after that the build context are using here. This build context actually carry out the informations one widget to another widget. So for that purpose build context is the center state management system of the Flutter applications, and through this context class data actually flow one element to another element, so one widget to another widget. Actually here I am using widget object, and this widget object actually any kind of widget, any kind of screen we can be uses, because every widget's hierarchy is a widget is the hierarchy of every widget. Even when we are create any kind of UI design, so that is the sub child of widget class. So for that purpose we can use it the class as a reference. And here I am creating two functions. One is the navigator dot push, and another is the navigator push replacement. Navigator push replacement uses for when we are actually go one screen to another screen, so that time we can, after reaching that screen, we got back button automatically. So if you don't want and you want permanently go to that screen and don't want to return back, so that time you can use the push replacement, and it is actually beneficiary for them, because when you actually clean the previous screen from the memory, so then your application much faster than this process. Because when you are actually go to one screen and you did not require to return another screen, so for that purpose your application may be sometimes heavy for the junk UI, because every time you open the one UI and after that you don't reach previous UI, so that time your memory was junked. So when you are actually create this kind of application where you have involved multiple UI screen and you can be shifted one screen to another screen instantly, so that time you don't use this part, you just use this part, because this is the very cleaner way to move one screen to another screen. Okay, so I think you can understand them. And after that here I have some another UI package in that's called carousel slider. You can put the image rotations options here as per your requirement. All the images are already set up into the assets folder, because I am also applying in audio folder. So assets folder and audio folder links are set up here, and this setup actually you can see in this folder structure. And here I have every kind of folders are already created for the resource management process, and I will be share this structure for further application development. So you can use this structure for rapid development, you can be used for that. And this all the folders managed by this section. This is the pubspec yml, and here just scroll down, and this assets section I just registered all the assets folder into the assets section, but I am not set up any particular file name here, because if you are set up the path name into this assets section, so after that you can automatically access all the files from that particular path. Okay, so for that purpose you can register your assets path like this in your Flutter applications, and after that you can be access all the paths in your application. Okay, so it is the basic part. And how can I create the home screen UI, because screen UI class is major part of this application. So for that purpose I am create here screen UI. Actually here I have three main folder structure I am created here. One is the classes, another is the configurations for configs, and after that screens. These three folder actually created for clean architecture. And of course when I connect it with the server side server's data fetching options, I will be create two folders more. One is the model, another is the services, because that two folders also required for application purpose. But at this moment I am not accessing any extra services, so for that purpose I am not created that folders right now, but I can be create it later for with this same structure. Okay, so here is some menu class, and this menu class actually comes from this section because this is the menu section, and this menu bar are required to some input parameter like title is here, icon is here, and also when I click to any button, so for that purpose here I have a function on tab, and these functions get a context option to pass to the widget. So this setup actually can be manipulated easily in your application through these options, because here is the configuration option, and this configuration options you can easily add or remove your menu as per your requirement. So here is actually 4 menus are actually here, so you don't want a details menu currently, so you can just comment out or remove it. So after this you can see your applications have remove your menu item from the menu section. Okay, also when you are minimized your app, so after that time you can also see that extra menu item is gone from small screen size also. Okay, I think you can easily handle your application menu using these settings. It will be very helpful for your ScreenUI navigations. Okay, so this is the navigation section, and this data UI just the dummy, because here you can see the all the data list which is the actually randomly generated. So for that purpose I just simply use this part, but it's not required actually, because this kind of data list UI may be required for data fetching purpose, but at this moment it's just for setup options. I just put it here, but it's not required so much. You can delete it as per your project requirement. Okay, so this is actually not required so much. Okay, now I just explain how can we create ScreenUI, because this ScreenUI is most important thing for these applications. Okay, so this ScreenUI also a Flutter Riverpod provider are users here. This screen have theme change mode options are here. So for that purpose I need to be use this consumer state full widget, and also I am using this state here. Okay, I just simply explain how can create this for your application and further development process. So here I just simply use rep read and theme provider accessing as per your requirement, and we are using this here. And after this we are use the basic error handling setup. When you are work with setState function, this setState are actually uses for any kind of local state management or local data and changes purpose. You can rewrite setState with this functionalities, because this is very helpful hack to resolve the exception. So if you are beginner, so you can be use these functions to resolve your state problem, because there have so many type of states problem maybe get your application, so that time you can simply apply this process. Okay, so here is the main basic things. This is the actually scaffold widget, and this scaffold widget are take the watch mode of the provider theme options, and these modes actually can be change our applications UI. So here we can change for this section, because I am already explained here have the basics menu setting options. So this menu settings have two icon, one is the app icon and app icon dark in this section. So we can manage with this color mode. When it is go for black, so that time it is black, and go for white, so that time it is white. So this state can be managed through this process. Okay, and also here I am managing the menu options. This is the menu options, and this menu options actually comes from this menu section, and this is the first menu of this section. So for that purpose we can see the UI on tap menu option. So on tap is a options where we can use for go to replace, and we can set here screen name for the redirections our UI. So in this menu sections we can set up every kind of basic necessary, and I think you can be understand easily if you are working with this. Here have three main section are uses. One is the title, another is the icon, which is actually seen this icon. So this icon can be used, and also where you want to go, so you can set up it through this section. Okay, so this is the very basic thing, and this on tap options just calling here, and here we need context requirement. So for that purpose just here passing some context object here only, and after that our UI working perfectly. Okay, when we actually want to see our app title into the center or not, so that things also can be set up through in this section. And here is the media query where we can check the screen size, and after that this screen size we can create input widget like this, and this time we are using in this input parameter like title, body, small body, medium body, large body, and app footer. This four type of widgets we will be take from the parent widget, or where we are actually using this ScreenUI. Here we can use this 4 UI section, and this 4 UI are totally optional. This null check operator I am using here. Null check operator basically uses for when we are not set up any kind of widget. It is for optional. Your data maybe get null, so it is handled automatically into the Flutter application. So for that purpose we can use it. Here also same things, and centered may be false or null or true, whatever, it will be handled automatically. And after that footer height, because this footer height set up here, but when I push any app footer here, like if we are audio widget actually inject here, so after that you see here have some problem. So when we are get this problem, so that time we can use to expand the footer height. If we are use the footer height, so that time our UI will be see good looking. So for that purpose here app footer and footer height is must be important for these customizations. So this is the actually customizations purpose I am using, but basically footer height uses for 50 pixel or 50 whatever. So this is the all input part of this section, and this all input sections are actually uses very efficient way, because here do not have any problems currently, because this all styles are working good. So this is the AppBar section. This AppBar sections have first thing is a leading, and this is the leading section, and after that it is the title section. So this is the title section, and as well as I am using the background of the AppBar. So this is the AppBar section background, and this AppBar background are uses here. So I can shift it here, because previously we are using the background color for the AppBar, and after that we can implement the leading section. After that we can use the title section, and after that we can implement the action section. So this is the actually action section. So these action sections are sometimes critical to implement, because sometimes it is drop down, sometimes it's only shows like this. So for that purpose it is sometimes difficult to customize. So I already do it for you. You can only use this process, but I will be explain how can do it. So this is the actually method get actions, and this get actions are list of widgets are here. will be returned, because here actually we can use multiple widgets in this section. But one is the theme change icon and another is the drop down icon for the mobile UI. So for that purpose, if our screen size less than 750 pixel, so that time we can use this whole section to change our UI. So this is the actually small part of UI, and it is the maximum part of UI where we can expand our UI from this particular pixel. So that time we can see like this, and this type of explanations are written here through the code. Actually, I explain all the things, but main problem is you just read it in yourself, because I already provide the code through my GitHub link. So you can, if you want to learn it, so you can check the code and you can understand the what is the actually basics of the UI. You can see in there. And after that, this button actually separated from this UI, because it's much more efficient way to manage our theme changing options. So for that purpose, I just simply create another button which called theme mode button, and this is the theme mode button I created here. And this simply uses here Riverpod package actually implemented here, and it is also stateful widget. For that purpose, here we can watch the mode, and after that, when I click the button, so for that time our icons are changes through this section. So our icon is light mode, so that time we can see this icon. When we are night mode, so that time we can see this icon. And also here primary theme observations through this syntax, and where primary syntax are here, so that time you can see the primary part. But here have some basic difference: primary and on primary. Primary is the primary color, okay, and when we are actually created, so this moment you cannot see your icon button, because primary is the basic color and on primary is the reverse color of your screen. So this is the actually here actually required white color. So on primary, opposite color setup when you are using color schema on your application. So here automatically set up the opposite color setup as per your UI requirement, already set up for the Flutter developers. But if you want to set up that UI manually, so you can manage that using the theme data class. So I will be explain it later how can customize that UI. Okay. Also, this time theme mode section are uses here. So how can create the theme mode state management? So for that theme mode state management, here I am using the theme provider dot dart. So this is the theme provider class. It is very simple. Just I am create a theme provider object using change notifier provider, and after that I just simply use theme provider. It is a theme provider class, and basic theme actually we seen light mode theme, and after that when I click on the light section, so that time mode theme change with the light, and another time when I put it dark mode, so that time it is set up with dark mode, and as well as we can toggle it using this function. Okay, so this is the actually process to implement our state management. Not so hard process, it is a actually part of our UI. So for that purpose, this code much simpler than main UI thing, because UI is most critical job for application development, but their data management, state management are not so much hard, but that is the conceptually hard. But if you are understanding the concept of UI designing, so after that it will be much easier than UI design. Okay, so this is the state management system, and when we are actually using this state already created, after using this state, you must be use this particular functions in the root class, because everywhere you want to use your Riverpod state package. So for that purpose, you can use this particular class wrap with your whole project. Okay, then your project state can be used anywhere of your application. Okay, this is the very basic uses for your application purpose. And here also I am using the top of every application's state, because here actually required to change the state mode, theme mode change required. So this time I just simply use this line, and when I am click here, so this is the change the UI. Okay, also here I have some buttons are here. So this is the actually custom button. This is not a native button actually. This is the actually native button which is actually provided by Flutter developer. But my custom buttons not so look good, but it's okay. So these custom buttons are actually created here with the click button widget, and here I am using click button like this. And here actually Flutter developer team are changes some button name. So this time I'm using elevated button. So this is the simple elevated button, and another is the click icon button. So if we use any icons for our app, our button, so that time we can use click icon button, and it is in the superset of embedded button. So these two buttons are actually created here. Okay, and after that I explained so many things, and this is the actually audio section. And this audio player, how can we create and how can we manage all the audio management, audio play options. So I will be talk with this particular part in later, because this is the very unique development process. So if you like my tutorial, so hit the like button, share this tutorial with your friends. And if you are new in my YouTube channel, definitely subscribe my channel if you want to get interesting tutorials on the technology like Flutter app development, Angular app development, and any other technology related development tutorial. So must be subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you want to learn about any topics, so you can comment in my video section. I will be covered my later video. So I will be meet with you next learning video.